Hello guys, how are you doing? Okay, so today I want to talk to you about the importance of overlapping your study abroad dream with what you're currently doing now. So sometimes and I want to say that this is specifically important for new graduates or recent graduates, and then very specifically I'm talking about people doing NYSC. That's what it's called in Nigeria, national service. That's what it's called in Ghana. I tried googling to see if I was going to find the equivalent in so many other countries. I didn't. So if you are from another country apart from Ghana or Nigeria, and you usually do this 1 year compulsory national service where your government posts you to a particular country, to a particular maybe organization for you to serve, please do let me know your country and what it is called, okay? Because I want to know, right? So, but I know specifically Ghana, it is called national service. In Nigeria, for short, it's called NYSC. So, but I also know that what I'm about to say now is going to apply to a lot of graduates, provided you have graduated, especially if you graduated recently. What some people do is that, they want to go abroad to study, right? And they just finish their studies. In their mind, don't worry, when I'm ready, I'm going to start. Guess what? When you are ready, you are already too late. So let's assume that somebody wants to travel January 2021. Okay, that's a past time. So let's say you want to travel March 2021, right? As of when I'm doing this, March is just in front of us. If you want to travel March 2021 and you want to start the process March 2021, it's not going to work. You will end up having to travel at a later date, right? You end up having to travel at a later date because travel abroad is not magic. There are processes. You have to, let's say you are going through study, but it doesn't even have to be through study, through any part, right? You are going to have to sort out the information, find the real information, know the process. If there is an exam, you take it, you plan for it. If you don't have money to register for the exam right away, you may have to save for it. You understand the requirements. You will be able to, take time to build it. There are people that want to travel abroad, their CV is not good enough. But once they start early and they understand what is required, in the next 3 months, 6 months, they have built up their CV in such a way that it is, do you get? So, and that just the beginning. Any other process you're going to use, irrespective of the country, there are processes, there are time. If you're going to a school, you need time to do your application, right? You need time to find the school, do your application. The school will take some time, and it is natural. The school will take some time to review your application, send you feedback. Then you are going to find out the visa requirements. You are going to prepare your visa documents. You are going to apply. Some people, just to prepare visa document, not the visa itself, not the application, just to prepare the visa documents in order to meet the criteria that the school is looking for, that the embassy is expecting them to have. It may take them anything from 1 week to 1 year. It's a very wide range. For somebody else, it may take 1 week. For you, it may take 1 year. But right now that you're looking at me, the country you want to travel to, do you know all the requirements, like on your fingertips? Like if I was to put you on a call and ask you, do you know the requirements of that country on your fingertips? When are you going to get it? The day you are ready. Too late. Too late. That's why I always say that information is where you start from. Information. Start early. That's the point. Start early. Now, even if you prepare for the visa and you apply, oftentimes the visa is also still going to take time. For some places that are very fast, like I know that UK visa sometimes can be so fast. In 1 week, you've gotten it from the time you apply. If you apply for the fast track or express. US visa can also come out so fast, but at the same time, they can take time sometimes. If you are looking at Canada, you're not likely going to get your visa in 1 week. You're not. You get, so you are looking at months. When I applied for my visa, it took three months for it to come out. It is normal, right? If your own visa is taking time, sometimes it takes longer than that. In fact, if you look at the website, the Canada government website, right, on visa matters, they will say if you are going to study abroad, they want you to apply 6 months ahead of time. 6 months from when you want to travel. This is written on Canada government website. Can you believe that? 6 months from when you want to travel, that's when they want you to apply for visa. So the point is, when your study is this week and you are starting this week, you're not going to make it. Sorry. You have to wait for a later date. Because there are processes from finding the school, or in fact, from getting trained to finding the school, to waiting for the admission committee to decide, to getting the admission, to preparing your documents. I missed a step. Do you know that there are people that they want to apply today? The application process will take longer than normal. I mean, let's say for admission, because you have to get transcript from your school at that later end. It doesn't mean that you have to start with transcript. That's not what I'm saying. You can start the process without transcript, but for you to complete the process, eventually you're going to need transcript. Another mistake people make is that they will say, let's say I need transcript. They'll go and first use 1 year to get transcript, when there are many other things you have to do in between. Let's say you're going for your transcript. When you apply for your transcript, that's all you do. You wait. So why not apply for your transcript? While the school is working on your transcript, every other thing you have to do, you continue doing them. You have to come up with this mindset of being able to overlap what you are doing. So some people, what they do is that, I want to travel abroad. I want to travel abroad September 2021. August 2021, they will reach out to Dr. Linda Iheme and now say, I want to travel next month. How do I do it? I'm like, guy, we are humans. We don't teleport. You know, even you that are listening to me, you're a human. You don't teleport. There are processes. Start ahead of time. Preferably, like all things being equal, start 1 year ahead of time. Some people will think that, you 1 year, you are too slow. But agent told me next week. Hello, I can travel next week. How many of the people that did that are already on their way? None. You are going to another place. You need time to plan. You need information so that you can plan properly. Because if you get the wrong information and do the wrong planning, you are still not going anywhere. So this is how a lot of people are losing time. All right? Don't be like that. If you want to travel next year, start now. The best time to travel is, or the best time to start is way ahead of time. All things being equal, start 1 year ahead of time. Minimum. It does not mean that you cannot start 1 month before, but you have the tendency to run into the challenge of having to postpone your trip. Some people, let's say for example, they are working somewhere, they will not say, I want to travel September. They will go and collect leave of absence from September. Is that September they will start asking? Or a month or two before they will start asking, how can I do it? Why not while you are working, start your travel abroad process and only take leave of absence when everything has worked and you are ready to travel. Start ahead of time. Now, specifically for people doing NYSC or national service or the equivalent in another country, which means you just graduated and you are ready to start. Even if you have not studied NYSC, you can start. If you've not studied national service, you can start. Overlap. Remember this sign that I'm doing for you. Overlap whatever you are doing. Like when I finished studies, I started my study abroad dream. I'm a dentist, so we are required to do what we call housemanship or internship. While I was doing that internship, I was preparing for my travel abroad dream in such a way that at the end of my internship, everything has worked. I traveled. Imagine I waited for the internship to be over before I start. I may still have to spend another 1 year from the time I started. Assume in your head, assume. I'm not saying this is how it must be, but assume in your head that you are going to spend 1 more year from the day you start. Like it's a safe assumption. Assume in your head that you will spend 1 more year. How? I'm not saying it must be 1 year. It can be 1 month. It can be 3 months. It can be 6 months, right? But assume that it has to be 1 year. So start far ahead of time. Some people, they are scared of getting admission ahead of time. Even if you manage to get your admission ahead of time, you can defer the admission. It is allowed. Oh, instead of starting this time, can I start in 4 months' time? They'll say yes. Can I start in 1 year time? They'll say yes. Start ahead of time. That's my message for you today. Okay? Start ahead of time. Start if you want to travel abroad and you are hearing me right now, start today. Because once you say tomorrow, next week, next 1 month, that's how your dream will just be passing in front of you like this. Time waits for no one. And there's a reason why you should start immediately. Because apart from the fact that the day you start is not the day you are traveling. So you starting now will give you opportunity to prepare. Give you opportunity to do everything on time. Policy, country policy, everything changes all the time. Like some people today that may have a little bit of difficulty, even though with the right information, you will do it right. Some people that may have a little bit of difficulty, maybe because there's COVID or something. Remember that 1 year ago, there was no COVID. Or 1 year plus ago, there was no COVID. Do you get the point? So, things change. Make do while the sun shines. That's how they say it. Start when you can. Procrastination has never helped anybody before. It will not help you. Anyways, this is the cold hard truth about travel abroad. Irrespective of the route you are using, you have to start ahead of time. All right? So